QGIS is a complex piece of software, and it's inevitable that at some point you will get a problem where something doesn't look right or it's not in the right place. Now, the biggest source of error with GIS is actually you, the user. Now, this tutorial will take you through how to avoid and fix some of the most common problems you're likely to come across. The best way to avoid problems is to make sure that your system defaults are correct, and they're found under Settings, Options. Your measurement unit should be set to meters, and angle unit to degrees. The coordinate reference system should be set to EPSG 27700, which is the Ordnance Survey 1936. Make sure that you also check the box to enable on-the-fly reprojection. That's very useful if you're importing any information from a GPS, because that by default uses the WSG84 CRS. Issues with raster files mainly occur when georeferencing. The Millstone Community Archaeology Manual includes this flowchart to follow to help you find and fix problems. Sometimes raster images don't display properly with their colours distorted. Prevent this by only using TIFF images. The accuracy of any mapping you create from a georeferenced image will reflect the accuracy of your georeferencing, so taking your time over this stage is time well spent. Misplacement of ground control points leads to distorted maps. Obvious when it's a large amount, not so obvious when it's a small amount. If you're using grid references for georeferencing, make sure that you have the eastings and northings the right way around. If you have converted the grid references to a whole in number format, make sure that you've used the correct values for the letter code. Get this wrong and your map will be a long way from where it should be, as will using the wrong CRS. If you open a file and it doesn't appear, use Zoom Full or highlight the layer and then use Zoom to Layer Extents, and this will let you see if the layer has opened. You can then check the CRS and if you need to, change it. Problems with vector layers can be very similar, and again a problem-solving flowchart is included in the manual. Just as previously, if a layer doesn't display where you expect it to, check its CRS, and if it's wrong, correct it. If that doesn't fix the issue, and if the vector layer was made from a CSV file containing columns for eastings and northings, check that they're the right way round. Also, if you've converted grid references from a letter and number format, check that you have added the correct numeric values for the letters. If you make changes to the CSV file, remember you will have to import it again. If you've imported GPS data that's in its native CRS of WSG84 and you simply change the CRS to OSGB 1936, it'll disappear. You can, however, save it as a new shapefile with the CRS of the project that you've opened it in. That way it will display at the correct location in any project with the OSGB coordinate reference system. Less significant issues can affect how your data looks. Changing the order of layers prevents one layer obscuring another. Changing the properties of a layer can improve how different layers look together, which is important when you want to compose a map for printing. If your problem isn't covered here, don't despair. There's an abundance of online help accessible from the QGIS website.